Can you do it? More. But how is everyone this morning? Have we got an update of whether Orion's got orange hair or not? I don't know, mate. Wind and rain on the Isle of Wight. Well, we've normally got wind and rain, so it's nice for us to have a bit of sun. Every now and then, eh? I need to shave my head. Oh, dear me. When the sun gets me, you can see how, like, blondie ginger my beard is. But have we got an update of whether Orion has got ginger hair or not? Or orange? I've got a one straight hair there. Won't be in long as I start working 40 minutes. That's alright, Kira. Thank you for popping in. Morning, crinkle pinch. Eating leftover bread, butter and chocolate pudding for breakfast. I think to most people that would sound nice, but that sounds rank to me. I'm one of them people where I don't like mixing like sweet with savoury. Has Orion bleached his hair yet? Can't wait to see that disaster. I'm not sure. I've had no videos come up like on my For You page or anything. And I haven't searched it, I can't lie. All I know is you ain't getting to blonde with them products. Well, we had a hairdresser in last night. Was it last night? Saying that they can confirm that the hair will not go blonde and it will probably just turn to like straw. Like chewing gum, they said. Good morning, Kath. Just want to say you're amazing. Thank you, Kath. Really appreciate that. Very much so. Thank you very much. Has he revealed his hair yet? I'm not sure. That's what I was asking. Apparently he has bleached it, but he needs to bleach it more, I've seen. Has anyone seen any, like, pictures or anything? Sue, thank you for the heart, mate. I think he's been banned from live. Do you reckon that's what it is? Do you reckon that's why he hasn't been live? Morning, Jan. Has he revealed his hair? I'm not sure. We'll try to find out. Parts will go very orange. You might get some lift in the roots, but no, it will be horrific. I feel like more people than not are just saying how awful it's going to be. I've sorted it out. Hilarious. He didn't shower, so surprised he's done his hair. I think it's like the only time he actually showers is when he's going to do something like that. Perhaps he's having a full rebrand. Well, he fucking needs it. He absolutely needs it. The sun in my eyes. I legit have sunglasses here. In my glasses case, I'm actually going to put them on. I know how ridiculous that is, because I'm sat indoors, but the sun is blinding me through the window. But I need to be sat in the light, so yeah, why not? I think police have told him not to go live because of Dean's report. What report is that then? Dude, I know, right? I am aware of how ridiculous I look sat indoors. Chats about the orange hair and the bleaching process. Share your thoughts. No, I hate this AI summary thing. So yeah, I'm unaware of what his hair's turned out like because I've not seen it. Right, I'm off as I need to leave in a second. Need to get to work. No worries, Kira. Thank you for popping in. You look suave, mate. Thank you, Jessica. I was going to say something. Oh, we're saying about, like, he never washes his hair and stuff like that, does he? So, if he's put that product on top of dirty hair, it ain't going to take well anywhere. Morning, Sandy. And he never washes his hair, but he probably washes his hair for the occasion. He's still wearing the same t-shirt, and to be fair, you probably think I'm wearing the same t-shirt. I don't. I have about 10 fucking black t-shirts. Primark job. Got to go bye. Love, have a good day. Thank you very much for coming in, Bambino, and have a good day yourself. His hair is an oil slick. His hair's fucking wrong. The whole thing is wrong. Him himself is wrong. I mean, you do want some natural oils on your hair before putting bleach on, to be fair. There's natural oil, and then there's that. Common sense talk. Had an interview with the police on Saturday regarding everything Ryan has done. Oh, really? I mean, nothing will happen. My eye's still watering because of the sun. It's coming in the side. Good morning, Northern Gal. Northern Gal. I've got a black coffee because I've got no milk. So I've got a black coffee at the moment. Ugh. We're child-free tonight. Which never happens. I appreciate that it probably doesn't for a lot of parents. Child-free, yeah. With nothing to do. Hey, Hugo. It has been a long time, hasn't it, mate? How you doing? Morning, Shauna. I'm good, thank you. How are you? Just ranting about the same old person that we're always fucking ranting about. I was saying about, like, that you probably always think I've got the same t-shirt on when I don't. I've got like 10 of them. Like I say, Primark job, man. They're like £2.50 for a t-shirt, so why not? Why the hell not? I'm going on a major diet on Monday. Monday. Oh, my eyes. What am I saying? Any gifts I get, like Denise sending a heart at me, thank you, are going towards my car fund, which I do have a GoFundMe for because I was told to by the people in the live to do so. So why not? And every fucker else on this app has got fucking GoFundMe for much worse things. I'm just so busy with life now, work, family, but everybody is begging me to start doing videos again. Well, that's the thing, innit? It's like, if you've got time, innit? Like, I rarely post anymore. I've posted a few lately about Orion, but look at that fucking line there. That's from where I sleep. That I get lines there. That's where my devil horns go back in. Well, yeah, exactly. Why not? And people are like going, you've got nothing to lose, so fuck it. Fuck it. Why not? So what do you think about me doing almost like a series, almost like where I'll do different videos speaking about everything that Orion's done, because it needs more attention. If it hadn't already got enough, it needs more attention so that something can actually be done about it, because he went way too far a long time ago. But this whole autism thing is a fucking joke, isn't it? Every fucking opportunity that he gets, I apologise for my potty mouth, every fucking opportunity that he gets, he mentions this autism diagnosis now as if it's an excuse for his behaviour. Why isn't Green Paint in prison? Oh, fucking tell me about it, Hugo. Tell me about it. We're all on the same page. There's multiple things. I mean, there's things that he's done which is literally breaking the law, and there's been no comeuppance for that whatsoever. And then there's things where he's literally just taking the fucking piss out of whole communities. It is an absolute joke and a farce. I only ever get updates from seeing your videos, so I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I feel like for people who don't get that many updates on the For You page, it's good for people to know how horrific this person really is. Don't worry, Karma's coming in the way of ginger hair. Love that. Some hilarious send-ups of him. Send-ups? We'd miss those if he weren't. If I'm honest, I think he is on the spectrum, but again, it's another diagnosis really, really quick. I don't think he is on the spectrum. I think he's just the same as most people. You know, like everyone's got a bit of something type thing. I get told all the time, are you autistic? Or asked all the time, are you autistic? I'm like, no. I've just got like things about me that I'm very precise about, ways I say things, and that doesn't mean I'm autistic though. Morning, Ashley. Send ups. Piss takes. Right. I really don't think he's on it, and I'm speaking as an autistic person myself. Yeah. Hey, what'll do? Good, thank you, Ashley. Yeah, well, I am anyway. I can only speak on my own behalf. If anyone who is new coming in is wondering why I'm sat here indoors with sunglasses on, it's because the sun is gleaming through the window and blinding me, so, you know, put my sunglasses on because they were at hand. He's playing us all. He's been playing us all from the beginning. And I said yesterday, if you weren't here to hear it, back when he did Autism's Got Talent years ago, which he shouldn't have been allowed to do without proving a diagnosis or something, he was best mates with Jack, who is now, like, is a trans man, who is also, who he performed with, who is actually, like, autistic. And there's now a part of me, and I didn't really put much thought into it before, but there's a part of me now that thinks that what he did is he just copied Jack. He just copied Jack, and no one fell for it. You on about the green nose ball bag? Yes, I am, yes. We have snow in Scotland. How, though? How have you got snow when it's like this here? I mean, to be fair, it's not warm, it's just sunny. They've put their Insta on private. It is great to see the sun shining, John. Where they say 9 out of 10 people are apparently, my son is, but would never act this way. Right, so, I used to be a carer for my younger brother who's got cerebral palsy and he's also got autism. And we did training, we did autism training, and the tutor told us that 1.5 people in 100, so 3 people in 200 have autism. Now, autism is thrown around somewhat chronic these days. Everyone's fucking autistic. Everyone has to get a diagnosis, right? And it completely snuffs the people who genuinely have it, because everyone wants to have it. Why? I don't know. And I was saying yesterday that I've been said, like, someone came in my life before when I was talking about autism, and the way that I say it is people who suffer with autism, and I'm like, yeah, because that's what they do fucking suffer. And anyone with autism who's got, like, genuine autism will actually tell you that they suffer. Of course they do, because they have to live with it day in, day out, and it might not be pleasant for them, you know? So for someone who apparently had autism to come in and go, don't say that people suffer, I'm like, they do suffer though. And that's the truth of it. If you can't handle the truth, like, go away. Because that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell the fucking truth about it, because that's what I do. And that's the only way that I will ever live. But the people who act like they've got autism or pretend they've got it or really want to get it because they think they're going to get something out of it is a fucking joke, and it makes life so much harder for the people who genuinely have it. These people who were on fucking waiting lists for years to even just get a diagnosis. It's horrendous. My daughter really suffers. Well, I feel for your daughter. I really do. I don't know what it feels like to live with autism, but I know that people suffer. I've seen it with my own eyes. And, like, since a young age, because I used to go and do help out with play schemes for my brother and stuff like that, and I've seen people with, like, really, really bad cases of it. And it's like, of course they're suffering. Like, how is someone who has actually got autism sitting there saying, don't say people suffer? If you ain't fucking suffering, then you ain't got it. I'm sorry, but you haven't. It's a joke. Of course people suffer with it. I wouldn't wish autism on anyone, no, I wouldn't. Hello, Nicole. Thank you for the heart, mate. It is a struggle, we do suffer. It's hard getting through daily life. Exactly. Have you noticed he only seems to display typical female autism traits, never standard male traits? Yeah, which is his biology. I know that, like, coming from obviously, like, a trans man like myself, if I ever kind of find myself in a situation where we're talking about biology, I have to think of myself as female, because that is my fucking biology. Yeah, it fucking bothers me, and yeah, it hurts me, but that is just the science behind it. I am biologically female. Don't like it, but I am. That's the truth of it, once again. Now, anything that isn't on about biology, of course, I will relate to myself as a man, because that is also what I am, because I transitioned. So I'm a man, always a man, but nevertheless, my biology is female. So let's just, like, put that into practice here. So say if autism was reliant on your gender, your biological gender, and I was showing signs of female autism, not that I'm saying that female and male autism is a thing, but just for argument's sake, I would have to look into the female autistic route, wouldn't I? Because that is what I am biologically. But these people these days, you know, the people who are like, we're all on the we're all under the umbrella, we're all this, we're all that. No, we're not. The same people who say cisgender, it's not a fucking thing. Just say man or woman. You don't need the cis before it, do you? Man and woman, trans man, trans woman. It's very simple. People make life hard for themselves. Males and females tend to present differently, so you aren't wrong at all. Oh, well, there you go then. I've learned something new today. Males and females present autism in different ways. So there you go. So if I was ever to be in a situation, which I'm not, by the way, but if I was to ever find myself in a situation of possibly having autism, and it being different for men and women, I would have to look into the biological female root of it, because that's what I am, you know? And like I say, it's common sense, but there are people in the world, the same fucking, the trans women who think they can get pregnant and have a menstrual cycle. No. Look, in medical terms, we know you are female. We can't change biologically, but you are, Toby, to us, fella. Thank you, I really appreciate that. And not everyone understands it, and I don't expect them to. Wait, what? You're trans? You're a trans man? I am, yeah. Well, I thought he was biologically a man. Well done, you. Thank you, Jessica. I mean, that's the goal, right? That's the goal, is to have, like, be in a situation where it's like, if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know. You know, like, see me walking down the street, I'm just a man. But then it leads on to the thing of why people have a problem with me because I'm trans. It's like, it makes no difference to you, and if you didn't know, then you wouldn't know. If you didn't know, if I didn't tell you, fucking hell, if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know. So, and like, I think a lot of autism is probably that way as well. Not that I'm saying it's the same thing, of course, but I think that a lot of autism like that as well, because you can't see autism unless it's like a really extreme case. You can't see autism. Carla, thank you for the heart, man. Hello. Just to let you know, all my gifts are going towards my car fund at the moment. I've got a GoFundMe going because I was told to do it by my live. My pride took a bit of a dent doing that, because I was a bit like, I feel like a fucking ridiculous, and I'm not begging, but I'm just being honest with you, you know. I need to stop saying, you know. I'm annoying myself. Well done, you. Proper trans here, Ryan, take note. Well, this is why I got so fucking pissed off and started doing videos in the first place, because of the absolute piss, like, he was taken out of the trans community. It was a joke. And continues to. Because, like I've said multiple times before, I'll continue saying it till I'm blue in the face, I will be a broken record that if there is no transition, you aren't trans. How? How can you be transgender without a transition? The whole meaning of the word transgender is transitioning gender. So people do say, oh, well, if you're non-binary, you have transitioned, you haven't transitioned. I am a trans medicalist, which I don't generally call myself that, because there's no need to. Realist, absolutely. A trans medicalist, though, I think it's called, because for me, without a medical transition, you're not trans. You've grew your hair, you started wearing makeup, like you've bought a handbag, and then vice versa for obviously trans men, like you've cut your hair, you wear boys' clothes. It doesn't make you trans. You can call yourself a man or a woman all you want. You can do that, and that's fine if that's what the way that you want people to see you. But don't call yourself trans and completely obliterate the rest of us who have been through a genuine transition and what we went through. Lucy Lou, thank you so much for the fist bump. Like I say, all gifts are going towards my GoFundMe that's in my bio. For a car, no lies. So he's a cross-dresser. Yeah, absolutely. I think it speaks volumes as well, and I know that some people disagree with me here. I don't think that a biological female or someone who is presenting as female, like a trans woman, a woman, whatever, could be like a drag queen. Because I'm like, the whole point of a drag queen is that you've got a man who doesn't want to be female but dresses up eccentrically as a female. That is what a drag queen is. Now, we all know at this point, surely, that Orion has, in multiple times, has dressed as a drag queen, being proud of it and all that, and I'm like, that's absolutely fine. Like, I don't have anything against that. Like, don't think I do. No, I don't have anything against that. In fact, I think that some drag queens are fucking hilarious. Nothing against it. You do you, but don't class it as trans, because you're not displaying signs of it at all. He's also said multiple times in the past that he doesn't suffer with gender dysphoria. Then he changes his mind and says that he does. Gender dysphoria is a baseline of being transgender. Absolutely, because if you don't have gender dysphoria, how the fuck did you know that you were trans without the dysphoria? How did you come to the conclusion that you wanted to be male or female, whatever, the opposite of your biology, if you don't have gender dysphoria? And off the back of that, Tracy, he loves himself. Yeah, he's got autogynephilia. That isn't trans, because I'm telling you now, from someone who's been through it, gender dysphoria is fucking horrific to live with. Absolutely tears you apart from the outside inwards. It literally tears you apart. You feel like clawing the skin from your bones. Like, that's the way it feels. I don't know how else to put it. You want to escape your own body. So to be able to look at yourself in the manner of like almost fancying yourself and have autogynephilia, then you haven't got gender dysphoria. I obviously at this point in my journey don't get dysphoric days like anymore, really. I might get it once in a blue moon, and when I say once in a blue moon, I mean like once every couple of years at this point. But I don't really get dysphoric anymore, because I've obviously kind of reached the goal I wanted to be at. That being said, if anyone's got any questions, by the way, about my transition, then just ask. I'm an open book. There is very limited things I won't answer, and if you ask something that I didn't want to answer, I wouldn't say it in a rude way. I wouldn't like almost tell you off for it or anything like that. I would politely just say it's not something I choose to answer. In fact, you know what? I'll tell you the things that I don't choose to answer to prevent people asking, and I know they always feel bad if they ask something and I don't want to answer. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, don't apologise for being curious. So in my opinion, I don't think that yous need to know my birth name. I don't like saying dead name. I don't know why. I don't know, but whatever. Yous don't need to know my birth name. I give you reasons why. It makes no odds to you to know it, you know, because you're not going to refer to me as it. I think there's a little bit of me that is almost scared that someone would refer to me as that, because it would kind of bother me. But also I don't like to hear it, really. My birth name was a little bit unusual, certainly at the time. So I don't want to be related to as that. I don't want people thinking that that's okay. And yeah, you don't need to know, really, in the politest of manners. See how happy you are now. Thank you, Carla. It's been hard work though, guys. It has been hard work to get to this point. I had to go through fucking hell to get here. So that's why it bothers me so much seeing people like Orion and even like Lilitino and that. Like Lilitino from America, if you don't know who, I'm gonna have to say she, because she is actually going through a transition, but I find it so hard to relate to her as female when she acts the way that she does towards people and throws it in people's faces like that. And it's like, how are you suffering with how are you dysphoric when you're acting the way that you are about it, and you don't have any means to be able to like minimalize those male traits, you know? Bottom surgery is a completely different sector to go into. I haven't had bottom surgery, for those of you who don't know. I have not had it. I have still got my biological parts inside and out, without being obviously too graphic about that, because I've still got my biological parts. Yes, it bothers me. I don't particularly get dysphoric about it because no one sees. I should fucking hope not. No one sees. It's not anyone else's concern what's in between my legs, you know. So anyone who would, I know that there's some people who obviously have a problem with me who want to call Jessica a lesbian. I'm like, why? Where? Because the only reason that you would ever be able to call her that is if you're questioning my bottom surgery. And why are you thinking about it? Why are you thinking about what happens in the bedroom? It's a little bit perverted, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's not cool. You will always be referred to as Toby. Is to your family as Toby. Love that. You don't walk around naked though, so that's your business. What's under your clothes? Absolutely. And a big thing for obviously a trans man like myself is top surgery, because it's something that you can take away rather than build upon. There's so many reasons why I didn't opt for bottom surgery. I've not completely taken it off the table, so it'll always be there. It's always an option. And if I get to the point where I'm like, I can't live with the way I am, then I'll go down that route. But right now, there isn't a dire need for it. I always thought you were a bloke. I mean, I am, but not biologically. He's half human, half dolphin with some of the noises he makes. I agree. That's not anyone's concern. Yeah. So I'll answer questions about bottom surgery. That doesn't bother me. The other thing that I won't answer is if people start talking about questions about my daughter's other biological parent. There's certain things I'll answer about it, like they aren't in her life whatsoever. They never have been. Put it this, obviously I was female, a woman, whatever, when my daughter was born. I carried her. I didn't choose for that to happen, any of it. Take of that what you will. I'm not going to go down that route. But if someone was to ask about her other biological parent, I don't talk about it because it's not fair on her. And again, it's not something that needs to be spoke about, you know? How long did the whole transition take? So from when, do you mean like from when I started to like now? Do you mean like, because obviously I haven't had bottom surgery, so I'm guessing that when you say whole transition, you mean like everything I've had done. Is that what you mean? Yeah. So I came out as trans in 2011. I'm just giving you a fucking timeline now. Changed my name in 2012, early 2012. I got people to start calling me Toby in 2011, but then I officially changed my name in early 2012. I started hormones in 2014. I had top surgery in 2016 and have been living like this ever since. So from 2011 till now, like how many years is that? 15 years. 15 years. You're so respectful about the whole subject, and everyone in your life, people should take note. Well, this is why I like to spread awareness about these things, because I hate the fact that someone like Orion sits there telling people kind of what it feels like and what it is, and he's so fucking wrong. And I understand that like people feel different ways about a transition and going through it and stuff, and I understand that. But if you're not displaying signs of genuine transition and genuine dysphoria, then I'm not going to take you seriously. Of course I aren't. Good morning, Mrs. Campbell. I feel that you're a man and I respect the effort and time you have taken to change your gender. And it is effort and time, of course, and it's hard, and I've been through things that like I wouldn't want anyone to go through. I don't mind talking about it. Like, I've been through things that hurt my pride, it hurt me physically, it hurt my mentality. I've got slight PTSD from certain things, you know. Toby question, do you have to stay on medication for the rest of your life? Yes, so currently, when I first started, so there's 3 different medications for a trans man to be put on. I didn't go on blockers because I was 19, so I didn't need to go on blockers. Like, there was nothing to block at this point. I'd pretty much fully grown into the form that I was then, we'll say. So I didn't need blockers. Some trans men get given something called T-gel, and it's something that they'll put like on the shoulder, and the skin absorbs it. I think it takes a little bit longer doing that. I wasn't even given that option. It was straight onto the injections, but there's 2 different injections you can get. So there's Sustanon, which you inject yourself into your thigh, and you do it every 2 weeks. So you start out with every 2 weeks, quicker releasing. And then there's Nebido, which is what I'm on. Nebido, which is what I'm on, which is a slow releasing one. So it gets injected to the right at the bottom of my back, top of my ass, which is pleasant for me to obviously get given, which is administered by a nurse or a doctor. Slow releasing, so it kind of sits in a ball and then disperses. Like, over the course of the next few days, it disperses. When I first went on it, I think it was 8 weeks apart. It's now at, it was a 15 weeks apart. I got took down a week just because there was a little bit of an imbalance. So I'm now on 15 weeks apart. So it's like doubled, pretty much, in time. So it gets further apart. I'm not sure if it gets any further apart than what it does now. I don't think it does, but yeah, I'll have to be on that for the rest of my life. Because if I don't, if I'm not on it, if I'm not taking the testosterone, then certain things will revert. Not all things, of course. There's certain things that can't revert, but some things would. Like, a menstrual cycle will probably start commencing again if I stop taking testosterone. My hair on my face would probably get softer. I don't know about hair falling out, I'm not sure about that. But then, like, things that have changed that can't be reverted, like my jaw got more square, so that can't revert. So if you think about it in the sense of, like, once a biological man has gone through puberty and things start changing, so the jaw gets more square, the growing Adam's apple, I haven't got an Adam's apple, the growing Adam's apple, the voice drops, they start getting hair, things like that can't revert because you can't kind of go backwards, them things. So my face wouldn't automatically start rounding out because I would come off testosterone because it's already grown in, do you know what I mean? My voice wouldn't start getting high again, because if you think about a trans woman taking estrogen, they have to have voice training. The voice has already dropped, it can't come back up. Does that make sense? I'm actually shocked in a good way. It's nice to see someone who has transitioned properly. Thank you, Helen. I'm glad that people are shocked, and I actually take comfort and almost, I find it a compliment when people say to me, oh my God, you're trans, I wouldn't have known. Like, I don't know why trans people get so het up about that and get offended by people going, I wouldn't have known. It's like, no, that's a compliment that someone's telling you that they wouldn't have known. Absolutely. Because of the medication, will you go through menopause or does it block it out? Well, I personally think, and don't quote me on this, I think that taking testosterone, and probably the other way around, almost pushes you into menopause, because we have a lot of the effects of menopause when on testosterone. Like, a lot of the things that, like, older women get when going through that, we get on this hormone treatment. Things like, even like daft things like your body heat and stuff like that, and how irritated you get and inflamed and stuff. Like, these things happen, and like I said, don't quote me on it, But I'm not convinced that we don't get pushed into menopause because of it, because of the hormone replacement, you know? Because I suppose, obviously, when people go on menopause, they do go on hormone replacement therapy, and that's what we're doing. I'm only asking as a female that has PCOS, my testosterone goes high, yet I can go through menopause. Yeah, so I think, Carla, I think it's all linked, you know, with the PCOS. Is that, like, because you have higher testosterone, that is there a likelihood that you will go into menopause early because of the polycystic ovaries? Is that a thing? Genuine question. And doesn't testosterone levels increase when going through menopause anywhere? I believe that they do. Again, don't quote me. I love how open and honest you are, Toby. It's refreshing. Thank you, Ali. I do pride myself on it. Do you ever find that taking antibiotics, for example, affects the overall effective testosterone? I can't say I've been on antibiotics that many times while being on testosterone. I think it's probably been like once or twice. I'm allergic to penicillin, so that's a thing. But if I ever have been on antibiotics, I can't really say I've noticed any change in the effect, but it could have. Again, like, it's probably something that you'd better off asking like a doctor about. I think he's just a con man, and it's a mockery to the trans community. Infuriates me. Oh, it infuriates me too, as you can imagine. I was told so as I have PCOS. Right, okay. Yeah, estrogen drops and testosterone gets higher in menopause. Yeah, so I think it's all kind of linked, isn't it? Like, almost going through a similar thing. Do you still get your menstrual cycle? No, some trans men do, and like, quite rare, I think, that a trans man would still get a menstrual cycle. Sometimes it takes longer to cease, but for me personally, after my first jab, I had one more. Obviously, it's monthly. I had one more. And then by the time my second jab had come round, it had ceased. Which, let me tell you, I wanted to fucking party. Oh, God, I'm going to have to put my sunglasses back on. That sun is blinding me through the window. Yes, I can, but take medication at the moment to try block the hormones, but also have endo. Oh, Carla, fucking hell, you're going through the ringer, aren't you? Jesus, poor lass. Do you still get symptoms of it without having them? What, do I still get symptoms of menopause without having... What do you mean? Am I acting dafty, or what do you mean? Sorry, could you break that down a bit more? I had posted and went through the menopause in my early... Posted polycystic ovaries and went through the menopause in my early 30s. Yeah. I think it's more common than it used to be, isn't it? I think. Or maybe it's just more known now. I would have never said you were trans. Good. Thank you, Naomi. No, that doesn't offend me. Not at all. In fact, the opposite. I take it as a compliment. Periods. Do you still get symptoms? Ah, right. Okay, I follow. Sorry. That was me being a bit daft. I think I do. Because obviously, for me, personally, I still have all my insides, all the female parts on the inside. I haven't had like a hysterectomy or anything. I've had some really bad problems in my stomach in the past, which I'll speak about in a moment. But I do believe, like, I still get like cramp almost, which seems to be like on a monthly thing. So I do think that you still get some side effects, not fully. Like when I used to get like cramps and that, it was fucking horrendous. I used to have to be off school and everything. Hey, CC's World. Steph, thank you for the heart, mate. That must be hard. I think I've just learned to live with it. But speaking on the back of that as well, a couple of years back now, I had a bit of a cancer scare, which affected me quite a bit. And I don't think it was like it being a cancer scare that was what affected me. I'm not like saying that people who have cancer scares, it doesn't affect them. I'm not saying that at all. But where it was, so it was on my uterus, and I had like a polyp that I needed to have a biopsy on. The procedure, if anyone's had that done, I'm not sure on other people's takeaway from that. It was awful. It was excruciatingly uncomfortable, we'll say. Not only like pain wise, but uncomfortable as well, because of obviously where they had to go and how they had to get to it was uncomfortable for me. I got horrendously dysphoric gender dysphoria from that as well. It was just so uncomfortable. I have biopsies 3 times from my cervix. I think it was my uterus or cervix. It was one of them. And for anyone, can I just ask, obviously, the females in the chat, and I actually believe it might all be females at this point, to the females in the chat, if any of you have had a biopsy in that area, how bad was it for you to get that? And like, did my dysphoria make it much worse for me, or is it already horrendous? The majority of women that I've spoke to about it have said it was painful, but that they could deal with it. Horrible, so I do feel for you, I really do. Yeah, I do think, like, on a personal level, the dysphoria made it a lot worse. But obviously everyone's saying about how awful it is and very painful and stuff, and you can't even describe how uncomfortable it is, can you? I was climbing the fucking chair, man, and it was, no. I had pre-cancer and had biopsy on cervix and had laser treatment. It was the worst thing. Yeah. And you know what? My apologies to anyone who's sincere. I should have said sincere, obviously. Apologies for anyone who had to kind of go through that, because linked to that, obviously, is a cancer scare, if not it leading to actual cancer. Very sore and recovery is not nice. Yeah, cervical biopsy here. It was very uncomfortable the day after my 31st birthday. Oh. No, my friend had one, and she is such a strong girl, and she was actually traumatised. Yeah, it's not pleasant at all. So if this offends, do you still have to have smear tests? Yes, I still have to have smear. Because I've still got all the parts, we'll say, and better to be safe than sorry, right? I do still have to have a smear, and that's not pleasant either, but it's not so much painful. Dysphoria, of course. But yeah, it's just, I think, more uncomfortable for me because of where it is. But like I say, better to be safe than sorry, innit? As long as, like, I really want to say it and go, don't touch me, don't do it. Don't touch anything. I'd do it again if I had to. Yeah, well, this is the thing, innit? When you're in them situations, if it needs doing, it needs doing. Absolutely better to always get your smear test. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. Would they allow you to have a hysterectomy if that was something you wanted? Yeah. So, when I was on the list for bottom surgery, a hysterectomy is part of the process of bottom surgery. It's split into four sectors, 4 surgeries, we'll say. If you would like me to speak on that, then just ask, I can do that. But I won't, unless someone asks, in case people don't want to know. But because of the problems I was having with my stomach and the pain and where it was coming from, I also had cysts on my ovaries as well. Because of that, they'd said when I was going through my therapy, because I had therapy for 10 years during the course of my transition, to help me mentally through it and physically, really. They'd said to me, because of the problems I was having, that it was always an option to do it, but it will make my kind of menopausal symptoms worse. And I was like, is it causing me that much problem right now? They'd said when the kind of what do they call it when they take you out of counselling, when the what's it called when the what the fuck is it called? Discharge, that's it. Sorry, I had a bit of a moment. When they discharged me from my counselling after like 10 years, she did say to me, she was like, if you decide in the near future that you want to have the hysterectomy, you can come and jump back in kind of where you left off. You don't have to go through a wait list, because I was already there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was already there at that point. I'm already in the system and stuff. I'm curious about the 4 surgeries. Is everyone curious, or most people curious, about the 4 bottom surgery? Well, the 4 levels of surgery in regards to surgery for a trans man? Because I can speak on that. Would you like me to be graphic? Because that is normally how I have to explain it. That's why I don't just jump into the conversation and I give people the option of whether they want to hear it, because of how graphic. I mean, not graphic to the sense where it's going to make people, like, kind of gip, I would imagine. I'll try and say it in the most pleasant way that I can, I suppose. I've seen how it's done. Yeah, it's... I think it's... For a trans woman, it sounds and looks more graphic because of what they have to do. But obviously, I know more about a trans man's bottom surgery. Crazy what they can do. Right, so you can have... There's 2 separate bottom surgeries that you can have. Thank you, Tina. Much appreciate that. Someone sent a heart me not long ago. I'm so sorry I didn't thank for that. I was in the middle of a conversation. Whoever sent that, thank you. All my gifts are going towards my GoFundMe to buy a new fucking car. My GoFundMe is in my link in my bio, because everyone told me to do it. Don't blame me. I'm surprised I haven't had any shit for it, actually. So, 2 types of bottom surgery. The first one that I'll tell you about is called... Can't remember what it's called. Oh, fuck. Can't remember what it's called. Katie, thank you so much for the hat and moustache. That went really well with my glasses. You deserve the world, Toby. Thank you. I appreciate that. The reason I've done the GoFundMe is because I was told. I just want to make that very clear. It is for a new car, I'm not going to lie. But everyone in my chat was going, do a GoFund. And I'm like, my pride. Anyway, I can't for the life of me think what the other fucking... bottom surgery is. Anyway, I can't remember what it was called, but what they do is they take the clitoris. I feel like if I say it, I'm going to get banned. They take that and they form it into a head, we'll say, so that you still have full sensation. They use the outer labia to form the shaft and the ballsack. They use the outermost part to create the outermost part of the male genitals. But the likelihood is that you will still have full sensation because you've still got all of the nerves all in the same place, pretty much. However, and you can also get erect on your own as well. However, and this is a big dent, certainly to men, you will have a micro P, I'll say. That's what it'll be. That's what it'll be classed as, a micro P. Because they use obviously what they've got, it's not going to be of a size, and it'll be between, I think, like 1.5 to 2 inches. So yeah, that's an issue, I think, to some people. So it would be dependent on whether people want to weigh up the sensation to the size. And trust me, in the situation, it matters. It does. Because, well, no man wants to have a small P. That's the truth of it. The other one, this is the 4 surgery one. This is the one that most trans men who have bottom surgery want to go down this route, despite it being much longer, much more tedious, much more painful. They want to go down this route. So this is the one I was going to tell you about. This was the one that I was going to have. So, 4 stages of surgery. First stage is forming the shaft, we'll say. The construction of the shaft. In order to do this, what they need to do, and I do not urge you to go and look up pictures of this because it's not nice at all, is they take everything away from a part of your body. Most trans men opt for the forearm. That's what I was going to be doing. I would have had a tattoo on my dick because I've got tattoos on both arms. I would have opted for the skull because, you know, watercoloured skull on my dick, you know, nice. Anyway, so yeah, the construction of the shaft would have been, so the other parts of the body they can use is the side, like your lateral there, which they'll take skin and muscle from, or your thigh. I couldn't go for the thigh because, one, I'm very hairy, and no, I don't want that. I didn't want that, I should say. But plus, they do a test where they'll kind of pinch it to see like the muscle mass and how thick it is. And if it's too thick, they can't use it. And the reason they can't use it is because they can't roll it. Yes. So mine would have been my arm. So it's going to be hard for me to show you because I've got old. From like the top of the head of where the skull is, or maybe not that far up, maybe like halfway down the skull, like where the nose is, up to my wrist, just below my wrist, all the way around my arm, barring about this much all the way around, they will take all of the skin, the tissue, and the nerves. They'll take the nerves as well. They'll roll it, construct a phallus out of that, and then they'll pretty much sew it on. Yeah. So there is a possibility that the graft, we'll say, can die during transition, funnily enough. There's a chance of that. There's a chance that it won't take when it is kind of sewn on, that it won't take and almost like grab onto you. So yeah, despite the fact that the nerves are taken with it, they take the nerves because they want you to obviously have as much sensation as possible, because who the fuck wants to lose sensation down there? I'll tell you, absolutely fucking nobody. Absolutely fucking nobody. Anyway. So that's the first surgery. Then you have to recover for no less than 6 months after this first surgery. And you'll also have a catheter in to be able to pee, because they will insert a tube for you to be able to pee through the phallus. The second surgery, I do believe, is the... How do I say this? Imagine sticking a hot rod into a rat's den and smoking them out. Do you get where I'm going with that? It is the murder of what's down there currently inside. I think that was the second one. I think it was the second one. So yeah, that's that. That was the one that makes you go, ah! So there's that. And in order to do this, it's like the way that he said it to me, he literally, the way I've said it to you, he was like, it's like smoking out rats. So they go in and murder. Literally, like, I'm so sorry I've missed so many comments. Just donated £10 to your car fund. Oh, thank you so much, Tina. That is so much appreciated. I said yesterday, I'll carry on my conversation a minute. I said yesterday to anyone who does donate to the fund, do not feel like you have to. Absolutely not. Anyone who donates to the fund, I'm going to make a list of everyone who's donated. And once I get to some sort of point in it, I'm going to make a care package, and someone's going to win a care package because I feel like I need to give back. Can I ask you, don't have to answer, why didn't you go for bottom surgery? So I'll answer that, Gemma, but I'll answer it after I've finished going through this because I'll forget where I'm at otherwise. Remind me, though. So yeah, the third one is hysterectomy. is the third one. So that's obviously going up and in. Although, thinking of it now, did he say that both of them would get done together and it would be 2 separate surgeries? He might have. Because obviously they're already up there, man. And then they need to seal it up. You know? Or can you have a am I right in thinking you can have a hysterectomy for your fucking belly button? Or is that completely off base? Really appreciate you being so open and honest, very educational and interesting. Thank you. I like I say, I pride myself in it, and I like people to kind of know. Keyhole, yeah. So they wouldn't have to. So I think it must have been a third surgery. That's probably the more likelihood, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Thank you for confirming that. That's my lack of education on that part, quite clearly. So yeah, third one was hysterectomy. Obviously, get everything out that you don't need. We'll say. Are you Toby with the cards? I am Toby with the cards. Yes. Get everything out that you don't need. That's the third one. The fourth one is more cosmetic than anything. So finishing touches, almost putting the balls in silicone. Obviously, you know, like if a woman was to get breast implants, like they are literally implants, and also insertion of a pump. The pump is to be able to pump it up. I'm not lying. I am not fucking lying. I am not fucking joking. Suzanne, thank you for the heart, me. Literally, don't you know, pump it up. Literally. Can you imagine, right, during intercourse, being like, hang on. Not that you'd be able to hear it, but yeah, so you get a pump. Can I show you? Like, not literally, of course, but like in like here. I hope people don't think I'm, you know, but like the side bit here, like in the crotch area. So it's like you have to pinch it, and it'll pump up. And then the same to let it down. Pump it up with the Pump It Up song playing. Yeah. I'll never hear that song the same again. I hope you don't. I hope I've ruined it for all of you. I'm joking. Crystal, thank you for the TikToks. You've also just lit them up in the gift gallery. Thank you. So that's like the almost the finishing touches. Would that be without feeling the sensation? So I think it is less than 40% likely that you would have sensation. So quite scary to think. Yeah. That's like obviously much less than half that have managed to keep sensation. So answering Gemma's question of what was it you said, Gemma? Was it why didn't I get bottom surgery? Because I'll tell you. So is there no arrival for you? If you've got no sensation, you're not going to get an arrival. No. That's making me laugh with your videos. God knows I needed it at times. Toby. Thank you, Leanne. Really appreciate that. And you're welcome. I like making people laugh. We never take those chances. That so many surgeries and so many things could go wrong. Is this your surgery? I've not had it. I've not had bottom surgery. Yeah. So the reason I didn't go through with it, right, I was put on the wait list for bottom surgery. And early 2020, before lockdown, I'd been on the list for... Well, I'd been on the list for many years, and then I had to go for a consultation in London in Harley Street, and this is where I found out about all these different... This is when he told me about all this and how I know. I had this consultation, I came out white as a fucking sheet. It proper knocked me. But I stuck with it, and I was like, no, you want this, like, you want to be a man. That was the headspace I was in. You want to be a man, you must go through it. That was the headspace I was in. I was in a relationship with someone else at the time. And then years later, I get a phone call while I'm at work from the clinic, saying we've had a cancellation. Could you come in next week? Bearing in mind I would have had to have got to London, and I had a young daughter at the time and didn't have the care. Not that someone wouldn't have stepped in to care for her, of course. And I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to make next week. I'm not going to be able to put plans in place that quickly. And it was that moment when I got that call scared the shit out of me. And it's not because of the surgery, it just scared me. And I was just like, this is a massive, massive deal, a massive step, you know? It scared me enough for me to question it. So I spent the next few weeks going back and forth with myself. Then we went into lockdown. Lockdown gave me more than enough time for me to come to the conclusion that it may not be worth it. I do not want to, first and foremost, don't want to lose sensation, and I'm going to say that with the straightest face as I possibly can. I don't want to lose sensation because no one does. I don't want to go through all of that pain, all of them surgeries, for it to possibly not take, it could possibly die in transition, and then not feel anything. And it just be gone forever, you know? And it's like there's a likelihood that I wouldn't, but there's also a bigger likelihood that I would, you know? And that was a big turning point for me when I had that time to really, really think about it. And I had no option than to think about it, because previous to this, I was so focused on, you have to do this to be a man. And going into lockdown and listening to other people's stories and people asking me questions. And I actively came out on TikTok. First thing on TikTok, I wasn't known as trans on TikTok in the early days, and I came out on TikTok, and the amount of support and stuff that I got in the early days made me realise, you know what, that doesn't make a man. That doesn't make a man at all. Like, what is between your legs does not make a man. That's when I come to that conclusion, and that's what I've been fighting for ever since. I am a man, absolutely, because what makes a man, it might make you down there more pleasing, or what other people would deem as a man, because there's a lot of people where you go, what makes a man? They'll go, a penis. And you're like, no, that doesn't make a man. That makes a male. That makes a male. But a man, no. What makes a man is the way that he looks after his family, and he respects women, and more so his partner, provides, loves, deals with things in a way that a real man should. That's what makes a man. That's what makes a real man. Yeah, I'm glad people are agreeing. I'm glad that there's no one in the chat going, no, what makes a man is what's between your legs, because it doesn't. Male, yes. Man, no. I mean, I don't say that, I don't know. Isn't everything, being a good, kind man, partner, father, is so much more important? Of course it is. The way you raise your kids, the way you look after your partner, things like that, the way you love your partner, makes a man. There are plenty of biological men in the world, plenty of males who are not fucking men. I have known a lot of them. In fact, most men I have come across in my life, I've had fucking problems with. A big thing for me, and not really anything to do with anything here, a big thing for me, when someone asks about my father, I'm not in contact with my father. He's a CUNT. One of my big things when someone mentions about my father, my transition and stuff, is that I am able to sit here and say that he might be my biological father and he might be a biological man, but he's not a man, and I will always be a better man than he ever was. I didn't abandon my child. I didn't do any of these things what make me a man, you know? Because I'm telling you now, any man who abandons his child ain't worthy of it, ain't worthy of the title. Crystal, thank you for sending a treasure box. You'll always be more of a man. I am more than a man than he will ever be. for abandoning his children. Hi, babe. Where you at? I fucking love you. Thank you, Leanne. I feel like I'm getting a lot of respect in this live because of what I've been talking about. Like, trust me, you don't have to respect me for talking about it. I'm on my way home. Okie dokie. Just because I'm on my way home. I hope I've covered all your questions there. It's been a bit of a deeper live than normal. But yeah. This is where we are now, guys. This is where we are. It's because you're being 100% genuine and honest. Very educational. What's that word? That fucking word I can never remember. That people... Articulate, that's it. People say I'm articulate, and I like that. Sarah, thank you for the heart, me. Got a bit heavy for a Friday morning. I know. Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th. Now I'm going to talk about all the surgeries a trans man get. Not many people are open about things like this, so big love to you. Thank you, Crystal. Put your brain in, Toby. I know. Put my tooth back in. This is the first time I've seen you live. I've only seen your videos. Well, here I am. I try to go live as much as I can now. I think your ears always have done since the early days. Thank you. Thank you so much for being... Honestly, guys, you just don't need to thank me. Like, just doing my bit. I can't even spell that word. Articulate. See, this is how it should be. Not these fake people in fake transitions. Or transactions, as you said. No, I know. These fake ass bitches. My sister's boyfriend is trans. He's going for top surgery. I'm unsure if he's going for bottom. It'll whatever he feels is best and is most comfortable for him is how it'll go in the long run. Have you and Jess set a date for the wedding yet? No, unfortunately. Love your videos, never seen you live before. Here I am. My daughter came out as gay at 13, supported her no matter what, and my other daughter is bi. Good on you for giving them a place to feel comfortable where they can do that to you at that age as well. You and Jess must just laugh all the time. Awesome. We do laugh a lot. I watch you and Alexis. Me and Alexis still need to do a summit together. When I spoke to him about it, my dad was like, why would you bring that up? Like, why not? Exactly. I have a trans friend called Catherine, now was Peter, and bi. Again, nothing wrong. Think you're great. Love your Cards Against posts. Yeah, when TikTok allow me to post them. Dream trans team. Yeah. Oh my god, this wind can barely ride my bike. Oh. My son is 10 and asked how would he know if he was gay yesterday, bless him. I think it's one of them things, isn't it, where you'll just know in time. Give yourself time. Can I ask a question, please? Yeah, of course you can. Treats my sister like a princess and I wouldn't wish for more for her. He's a good egg. You know what? We know it from the other side. We've seen it from the other side. We've seen the way that women can get treated by men and stuff like that. So, we do better. Most of us, anyway. The few friends I have are gay. Gotten better with them than a normal person. Leanne, thank you for the heart, mate. As I say, all gifts are going towards my GoFundMe for a new car. No lies here. That's what I said, and I also said no matter what, we love him so much. And we do go through a lot. Us genuine trans people, we do. So, respect for that always goes a long way. I need to go get ready now, Toby. It was lovely to see you. Okay, Crystal, thank you for coming in and thank you for the gifts as well. I'm actually going to go get... actually, I'll wait for this question because someone wanted to ask a question. I was going to say I'll get going. Being a good person is what's important in life. Completely. Absolutely. Your top surgery didn't leave bad scarring. I can show you if you want. As long as I don't get flagged. I got banned. I got a permanent banned permanent ban. I got permanently banned in the past on my account for doing a video about my scars. My top surgery scars, which is appalling. I'll donate when I get back. Got a chat meeting soon. That's no problem, Gemma. Hope you, I don't know why I said chat. It says HAT. I don't know what that is. Do you have a good relationship with your family, TJ? Yeah, I'd say so. Most of them. Some of them I don't. Well, my mum's side anyway, I don't speak to my dad's side. That's disgusting. You got banned for that. Yeah. I feel like I'll show you. Please ignore me physique. I fucking hate it. I'm very hairy as well, look. But, so, obviously as you can see, 2 scars. They are separated, you can't see because of the hair. They don't join up. I've also got a little nub there, my scars. But the worst part of it is like round here. It's more because you can't really see that much because of the hair. There, look how hairy I am. But the problem, like, when I put my arm down, you can't see. I get a fold there and I fucking hate. But yeah, they are very clean scars. They've obviously, through time, they've kind of, what's the word? They've got a bit more, they've got lighter in colour. They used to be like really purple. You actually get, I've got a little dot scars here which you actually can't see, where my drains were on each side, because obviously they have to drain all the fluid and stuff out. Good clean scars. Yeah, there could be a lot worse. I know I've seen some trans men where like the scars are like just a fucking straight fucking line right under there and very visible. So I'm glad I didn't get them, and kind of glad that I'm so hairy because it hides it. Not that I feel like I need to hide my scars. Like my trophies, aren't they, guys? My trophies. Hey, Spencer. You've come in and I'm just about to go. You've missed all the trans talk, man. I could have done with your help. I'm joking. So, yeah. The scars, I feel like my trophies. Yeah. Parts of my journey. Yeah. Right, anyway, I'm going to go, guys, because I'm about to pee my pants. Not that you all need to know that. I will more than likely be on later if me and Jessica don't do something, which I don't know how we're going to do that. We've got no money. But no children for once in our fucking life. So, I don't know. But we'll find out anyway. So, it's been great, guys. I hope that I've been very informative for you. And if anything, I hope that you have learned something from me today, because it's been a nice live. It's been nice and it's been chill, and yeah, I hope you all have a good day. So love, chin up, chest out, look after yourself, look after your loved ones, and love with everything that you have. So that's what I do. Always thank you for the gifts, like, shares, comments and follows. More importantly, thank you for being here, because it is the most important part always. And thank you for listening to me. Carla, thank you so much for Happy Friday. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for it all. If anyone give to the GoFund, obviously I said thank you for the gift, but if anyone give to the GoFund during this, I know someone commented saying that they had, thank you for that as well. If you were thinking about doing it, it's the links in my bio, but don't anyone think you have to, or even if you just want to share it or anything like that. But for now, guys, I'm going to go, because like I said, I'm moving around because I'm about to piss my pants, and I'll see you when I see you. Everyone have a great day. But for now, I can't find the button. But for now, Toby, out.